All right. Hello and welcome. This Facebook Live edition is the digital strategy, state of digital strategy, which I'm going to us on Monday, September 11th, 2017. So I'm going to be talking about pizza. Is pizza more innovative than you? How some companies are being innovative online with pizza. Yes, pizza. And a few other topics that I've coming up as well on my Facebook Live series. So again, welcome to Digital Leadership Facebook Live Breakthrough Series. My name is Doyle Buehler, and my goal is to help you better understand and pursue what matters most in your digital business and how to make a breakthrough with your digital strategy through enhancing and embracing your digital leadership. I help enterprise and entrepreneurs scale, grow, and create breakthrough for their business and sales. And I'm the author of the book on digital strategy, Illusion. All right. So the overall purpose of this is to answer your one important question: what real world digital strategies actually work for my business? And of course, there's no one size fits all. But the goal here is to help you decide which strategies can work best for you. And so, as I mentioned in today's show, I'm talking about the state of digital, and I'll recap at the end in terms of the other shows that I have as well, where you'll find out the most significant frontline trends, insights, and strategies that you can use for a successful digital business. And today I'm talking about why pizza is innovating online and you're not, how to create an experience that spans online, believe it or not, be online. And finally, what's your Facebook Live strategy? Some things to look out that I'm going to point out that might be able to help you in that path as well. So thanks for joining as well. If you ever have any comments or questions, please feel free to comment down below, and I will answer them now, or if I can't, then I will answer them later at the end after the replay is Facebook notes, so you'll be able to see of some of the key highlights and the links and that sort of thing. So the first one is coming from an interview with Dennis Maloney. He's the Chief Digital Officer of Dominoes. Yes, that Dominoes, the pizza company that makes good pizza. Actually, I haven't had Dominoes in a long, long time. But he came up with 3 core concepts, and they're actually quite innovative because they have 15 different ways of innovating to order, pizza. And you might think that that's should be pretty easy, but pizza is something, it's a commodity, right? People can get it anywhere. So it's a matter of how do you reduce that friction in that experience, and how do you reduce that friction in overall getting people to do what you would like them to do, to purchase from you, or to get to learn more about you, or whatever the case may be. So what they've done is they've taken a sort of a personal mandate, a business mandate to look at how does innovation work. And what they've said is that it's better to do small innovations as opposed to doing large innovations. And a lot of times we get caught up in the fact that, oh, well, we need to, develop this new app, or we need to do this fancy program, or we have to have this, or we have to have this website that does miraculous things. And we set the bar up really, really high. And it's actually a topic that I talked about last week as well, is that we need to look at, okay, how are we being innovative now? What are we doing today to be able to make these changes? And they don't need to be massive. They can be incremental. And again, something that I talk about a lot about innovation and disruption and transformation is that it doesn't have to be a massive change to be disruptive. It doesn't have to be a massive change to be transformative or innovative, right? It can be small. And that's what a lot of companies need to do. Even the big ones are saying, oh, maybe if we could just, incremental change little by little to get us to where we want to go, that will help the process, that will help the business and what we do and how we do it. So it's a very insightful a look at how does Domino's embrace technology. And when it comes right down to it, they're kind of shifting, is Domino's a pizza company that uses technology, or the reverse is, or are they a technology company that delivers pizza, right? So it's a little bit of both. And it comes with, how do you use this technology? What do you use it for? The technology isn't the ultimate goal, because obviously they're delivering pizzas, right? They're delivering pizzas to your house or work or whatever. So it's a little combination of both. You can't just be all tech, and you can't just be sort of all, traditional business either. You have to kind of connect these, and you connect those through being innovative, by being front of line and defining what your strategy really means at the beginning. And at the end of the day, Dennis Maloney, again, the chief digital officer of Domino's, came up with 3 core concepts that really are important in this space. And number one is friction burns customers. So if it's very arduous, if it takes a lot of clicks, and that was one of the things that they found, people aren't going to embrace it. It has to be very simple. It has to be very easy. The second thing is that you need to build, test, learn, and repeat. And this is something, again, that you can use in everyday business as you develop your strategy as well. And then take a look at the future, right? This is where the long-term strategy that a lot of companies miss out on because they're just simply not aware of, okay, well, what do I have to be doing coming up, and how do I have to be doing it, and so on and so forth. So take a longer look ahead, not just, what are my sales going to be next week, but what are they going to be next month, or how I'm going to engage my customer in a year from now. And if you're able to do that, then you've made some great progress. And to me, that's what digital leadership is in that regard, is that you're at the forefront. You're understanding how these technologies work and how you can actually apply them into your business. All right, so moving on. How to create an experience that spans online and offline. So it's for the last 15 years or so, we've been in the state where, everything is being pushed online, and it doesn't matter what kind of business you have. If you're not online, then you're kind of dead to everybody, which obviously has some truth to it. But the other side is that we've kind of maybe reached one of those peaks that says, well, what do we do next, and how do we continue to grow an experience, and how do we continue to grow sort of that customer base? And what a lot of businesses are finding is that they do need to kind of go back to basics and back to sort of the experience. And there's obviously a few examples, like Amazon, for example. They've recently reopened after taking over the book industry. They've reopened some bookstores across the United States, and probably expanding over into the rest of the world at some point. And there's some other stores as well, away stores in New York, Los Angeles, and London. They host brand events, including concerts and yoga classes and that sort of thing. So really what it's coming down to is that the brand needs to, the company, you need to be able to see, how can I actually engage that offline audience in my online space, and vice versa, engaging your online audience in your your online audience in your offline space. So you need to be able to do that and do it very seamlessly. Again, what we were talking about with Domino's is, how do you create that so there's no friction to it? Google, for example, does give precedence in search if you do have a physical location as well. So because that's what people typically are looking for if they're doing sort of a local search and whatnot. So you need to be able to tie those factors in and say, well, maybe, just maybe, I can sort of have a physical based business, or again, grow the strength of your physical basement business based on what you do and how you attract your customer and that sort of thing. So take a look. If there's e-commerce stores, look, that's kind of a big step for a lot of companies. But I think what's really important is just giving them the option. Like, if you're large scale e-commerce, well, have drop off points, partner with other companies that might be in that space, that might be able to give you, who has a complementary type customer, who might be able to get you into that a space where you can actually compete. And if you're a service-based business, again, you don't need to necessarily be all online or be all offline or whatever the case, but have you considered, putting events together? And one interesting quote I came across with was, has there ever been a salesperson? This goes back to, selling and social selling and all that, which is fantastic. We're obviously seeing the effects of how can we sell better online, which is really what needs to happen. But the quote is, has there ever been a salesperson who closed $1 million deal via an outbound email blast, rather? My guess is that the chances that this has happened are range from slim to none, which is probably true. And that's from Bill Carmody, who wrote in Entrepreneur Magazine. So look, it's a matter of how do you actually, again, define your service, and can you actually translate that into an event? And not every business can, but those that can need to consider it in terms of, starting small workshops or training seminars or summits or conferences or that sort of thing. So again, we probably reach one of those inflection points that says people do like to get out. People do like to meet other people. How can you capitalize on that? Well, you can move people, online to offline, to have that connection, to create that relationship as well through specific events as well. So something to consider as you move forward. That could be a longer term strategy. It could be, a short term strategy, but something to consider is that, can you throw a successful event? Can you inspire people to come to that event? And it's something, again, that you can kind of all get behind. And we probably are a little bit tired of webinars and summits, online summits and that sort of thing. But that's something to consider, is that can you leverage that? Can you get people to understand that this is something that you can do very, very quickly and keep going from there, rather. So yeah, events can make a very good impression as well. So take a look at that and see if that can help in your overall strategy. How do you connect those two together? So, all right, and moving on to the last topic that I wanted to talk about was talking about your Facebook Live strategy, right? And if I can just get this tech to work, I want to show you some graphics here. Oh. And I've got a graphic here that I wanted to show. So the first one is basically taking a look at how does Facebook use video, and obviously it's a very important part. The average interactions by topic is kind of one of the first things to look at. And if you're in the food industry, well, good for you. You've got a lot of sort of bonus points behind what people you typically like to watch in their videos. So if you're talking marketing and real estate and finance, guess what? That's kind of boring for most people. So not many people watch it. But the fact is that you can make some inroads into that as well. So food-based businesses, obviously fashion and beauty, cats, like, let's be honest. Who doesn't like a good old cat video? Now, in terms of a length of a Facebook video, what's really important is to look at sort of the shorter length, 60 to 90 seconds type thing, because that's what people typically expect for a video itself. And then it tapers off quickly after that. So if you want to make something short and quick and post it on Facebook, that's good. Keep it around 90 seconds as well. And the last one I wanted to show you is Facebook Live. And this is actually quite interesting because this shows sort of the transference of knowledge and ideas and that sort of thing. If you're doing a Facebook Live video, the actual typical best length is about 15 minutes and more. So that gets in this range right here. So that's your typical, again, time that it would take to learn, time that it would take to understand some key concepts that are really important. And again, time to sort of sit down and understand what's going on. So it's more a matter of how do you actually get that information out there? How do you, how do you convey that? How do you educate? How do you inform? How are you able to produce those training moments, those learning moments as well, to get people to know, like, and trust you if you can spend some more time with them. So something to consider as well. So keep that in mind, that if you're shooting for video, it's something that obviously I've been talking about a lot. Get it started. It doesn't have to be super sophisticated. Hollywood type productions can be quite simple, and kind of go from there. If you're looking at more engagement, look at live videos, but then again, those have to be a little bit longer as well. So, all right. So that's about all that I want to talk about. Make sure I got everything here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. If you do have any comments or questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments box below at any time. Feel free to share as well who might be able to use some of this information as well. So there's 3 core breakthroughs that we go through as part of these 3 digital leadership Facebook Live shows that I do. The State of Digital, where I talk about specific ideas and insights happening right now, how they affect your business and what you can do about it, which was today. On Wednesdays, I have my digital leadership guests, where I interview an expert in the field or in business and discuss their strategies for success. And then finally, a digital discovery strategy marketing question and answer, where I review tools, answer questions, or talk about specific challenges that affect you and may be holding you back as well. So that's it. We'll see you online. Please, again, if you have any questions, feel free to post them at any time. And for watching.